Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. I am aching all over. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. And it's not because I did get hit by a truck, before anybody wonders. Oh, honestly. It's like weird. It's like every joint and muscle is just like raging against my body right now. I think I might have the lurgy. It's so horrible. Just, you know, you start like just sort of moving your shoulders, you can hear bones cracking and creaking. It's like unbelievable. I don't know what it is. Feel proper poop. Poopy. Right, what were we actually doing? I can't remember. Valiant, how's Mackie doing, mate? It looked like you'd managed to get some food in him. Oh, did we? We must have parked the bike back over there. Oh, Adam.
Morning, Grumly Nobber.
How you doing, Adam? Thank you very much for the 19, sir. Huge amount of support, mate. Thank you very, very much, Adam. How's your weekend going, bro? Who we got in chat? Oh, Mojo was in Brighton early this morning. What's up, Mojo? How you doing, mate? How's Call of Duty going, dude? I was hoping to watch a little bit of the campaign yesterday. I've been quite intrigued from the little that I saw, but alas, I did not really get a chance. I got sidetracked watching a man make a cabin in the woods over many weeks. Fascinating. Very fascinating. Good morning, Adam. Seriously, thank you very, very much for the 19, my friend. Good morning, Alison. Morning, Valiant. Morning, Brandy Lynn. I was going to say, yeah, you're actually in early today, Brandy Lynn. How you doing, mate? You right, Kelgar? Hello, Solmarja. Solmarja. Tin Table, Hapless One. Clavin. Night Owlish. You actually play ESO still, Night Owl? So you went out, got some wet food, and mixed in with some dry food, and he was okay eating. He's also drinking. So do you think he's like do you think he's sort of? I think he's just got a bit of the dog lurgy, mate. He's just been a bit under the weather. Hope so, mate. Yeah, he's not too bad actually, Alison. To be honest, I think he's doing better than I am today, mate. Yeah, it started coming on like I don't know, about 9, 10 o'clock yesterday. Just started feeling like really achy, and then just ever since then, it's like my body's like not cramping, but you know, like I said, just even moving around, I can almost hear my bones creaking, mate. It's awful, weird feeling. Right, let's grab that over there. That can go over there. We will drop that back in there. You can go down there. You can go in there. We've got some silver nuggets to sell. Right, normal loadout. Let's have a look. They can go back up top. That's coming with me to the other build. The sand can go away. What are these things? We can get rid of that. And they will need to be converted into squares, because otherwise it freaks me out. Right, so we normally have the spear. We have Timmy. We have... what goes there? Healing, which I don't seem to have. Just normal bandages, right? Ooh. Ah, there we go. So that can stay, that can stay, that can stay. We normally roll with the machete, don't we, when we're out and about. Switch to the shotty. I think that's everything that we need. Oh, we probably don't need all those shotgun shells. Let's split those down a little bit. We should still be able to stack that. Right, now I think the plan was to go back to the horde base to repair it, wasn't it? I think the plan was to actually leave some repair products and equipment, if I remember correctly. So let's go and do that and get it done. I don't want to work on this. Well, I need to start actually thinking about a build. I've just not had a chance to, really. Solmea, thank you very much for converting your Twitch Prime to a tier 1, my friend. Thank you very much, Solmea. Thank you very, very much indeed. You doing all right, Alison? Did you get up to anything yesterday, mate? Back to 7 days. Oh, whoa, what, really? What, already? I thought you'd got, How come? The parts of the campaign I've played so far are very good, and there was one mission that made you well up. Really, I gotta admit, Mojo, I've not seen that much at all, and obviously I don't. You know, I'm only gonna watch probably about another 10 minutes at most, and I'll just try and find pure combat. I did see like 2 what I guess were semi-scripted areas of a level, and yeah, I was saying yesterday, like, amazing, absolutely fantastic. But so you, how can you not carrying on? Oh, you're doing a fresh start on Alpha 18 stable. Ah, right, got you. Right, let's you're right, Bradley, you've not been to bed yet. Yeah, actually, I've just our server, if you're on our server, anyone, I have just updated it to the stable version, so hopefully that should all go well. Maya, as in Maya. So is it the son of Maya, as in a Marja? Maya, am I saying it right? Maya. Solmea. That's a really nice name, actually. I like that. Solmea. I think I just heard a Daphne. I think my headset's really quiet. Oh, yeah, I can hear her digging. Oh, she's not actually that far down this time. You cheeky little... Ooh. She's not dead. Oops, my bad. I'm pretty sure that probably would have summoned. That's definitely summoned, hasn't it? Oh my god. Oh, jeez, balls for him. Oh yeah, good cunning tactic. I actually tried to jump, but I didn't get the jump in. Bloody hell, dude. God damn. Same mistake I always make, innit? I always go for the reload. Jeez. That could, I'll tell you what, that could have been the end of me then. Bloody hell. They were not mucking about, were they? It goes to show how, you know, if you've got 3 in close proximity, just how much damage they can do in such a short period of time. It's definitely easy to get lulled into a full sense of security, because we've been playing very sort of, not like super tactically, but we have been playing kind of one shot, one kill. I'd say sort of about 50% stealth. You know, I do tend to go quite slowly through the POIs, not necessarily actually being stealth, but at least cautiously. And so it's not often we've seen like large groups, but for example, that rooftop on the, what was that? Was that the it was the hospital rooftop, wasn't it? Where I think there were like 6, possibly 7. Might have even been 8, but irradiated all up there, including the... I think there was a military and a biker zombie, if I remember correctly. And a pack of them will... It doesn't matter what, you know, what armor you've got. They will rip through you so quickly. Easy to forget. Very easy to forget.
Need assistance?
Oh, do you think that's what it is, Valiant? Oh, mate, that's awful, dude. You have no work at this time? Oh, because we've got a quest, but I've just not got it active, right? I'm guessing that's that one then, is it? Quite fancy doing that, but it's a long way away. We'll keep that one up, and then we'll have a little ganders at that. So hang on, so where are we going? So we're going back to the base, aren't we, to get that all patched up. So that, yeah, okay. Good morning, Subquake. How are you doing, sir? How's things? Just having a chill, Alison. We watched a film yesterday called Eli. It's actually, I was a bit, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't paying a massive amount of attention to it because I was starting to feel proper just achy. So I might give it another run just in the background. I mean, I saw it all and I paid attention to it all. It's just that I might have missed a few little telltales. It's actually a pretty good film. It's I didn't see what was coming at all until very, very late in the film, where it's pretty much impossible not to know what's going on. But yeah, it's quite clever. It's quite a cleverly done film. I'm sure I've watched something that's got a very similar plot to it before, a long time ago. But either way, it's still very well done. They're definitely worth a watch if you like your sort of, oh my god, semi-supernatural sort of light horror, if you like. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's get out of there. You alright, GG? How you doing, mate? You alright, Gaz? See, I need explosives. What? What's that guy? Why do I need explosives, bro? Might bring some. I might bring some stuff to the tier 5, and I might bring a few Molotovs to the or flaming arrows even to the to the Horde Knight. $7,000 people worked on. Whoa! What? 7,000 individuals all had some sort of input on the Call of Duty campaign mode, or am I misreading that? 7,000? Jesus, I remember one of the Assassin's Creeds had 700 people working on it. And that was almost unprecedented. What the hell, dude? Maybe that's just the way that they make their games. Maybe it's not as bizarre as it sounds. Like, for example, one person might be responsible for just doing the mesh for a shoelace or something. You know what I mean? I mean, 7,000 people. I wouldn't even know how to dish it up. Jesus, that's crazy, mate. That's bonkers. I suppose these days with mocap, just the mocap element of the game can be hundreds of people, can't it, Mojo? So yeah, it's another thing to take into account. I quite often talk about this, about how often we as gamers, you know, we don't like spending more than, you know, that 30, 40 or 50 pounds in the UK is the going rate for a game. You know, normally we expect to be paying about 40 pounds for a PC game on Steam. We normally expect to pay, you know, if it's a big blockbuster game, 50 pounds if we're buying it on a console actually at game. And, you know, that's, so in other words, that's the top whack for a, you know, a Blu-ray disc. And then you've kind of got like that £30 mark, which is for those slightly beyond, you know, below AAA tier, isn't it? 30, 40 or 50 quid. Pretty much that is the going rate for a video game. But that's been the going rate for video games for years. Like years and years and years. I'm sure even as a kid that's what we were basically paying for video games. And those games were made, like, you know, by a couple of blokes in their mom's sort of living room or something. Now we've got 7,000 people working on a game. And we're still paying the same amount of money. You know, it's a bizarre industry, isn't it? A very bizarre industry. We've got the contact zombies subquake. Yeah, I like the idea of the... remember we used to talk about the arrows subquake? I like the idea of an arrow that sticks into a zombie and has like a little countdown before it explodes. So they've already got the exploding crossbow bolts, haven't they? I don't know why. There's something that I like about the thought of like twanging a zombie and then running away and watching the countdown. Blip, 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 and then just watching it just completely explode. What's this about Denzel? Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was a very it's a clever film, actually. It's a clever film. I really didn't see it coming. It was very well hidden. Yeah, a little grenade. What did I call it? Frag in the hole or whatever it is, mate. Yeah. I'd probably just do more block damage though. But yeah, for the deep ones, that's actually a good idea. Gaz. Drop it in, forget about it. Right, let's get this repaired then. I don't think we took that much damage. It's normally just that plate. Because the demolisher does so much damage when it falls down, doesn't it? Like he always gets like a little cheeky thump on it. Actually, I think we got both torches intact on that one. Good to see. Lots of people have said they can't justify the £50 for the base game, but the missions I've done, oh, well, are they realistic? Why? You mean for the... sorry, you're talking about people saying they can't afford the £50 for the campaign mode. Is that what you mean, Mojo? I wouldn't mind paying that amount of money if it was a reasonable length. And because of my general just... Oh, wow, is that... What? What's going on there? Whoa, we must have lost... We lost a half step. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not notice that. Now that is strange. Let me just double check. So that's the block and a half hole, isn't it? And that's the block and a half hole. So that there would be a plate, wouldn't it? Change shape. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. I can't believe I didn't spot that before. And then we're going to want rotation, aren't we? So that's that there, which is the double block. So we decided not... Didn't we decide not to put the half block here because it freaked them out a little bit? Or did we put that in there? I can't remember now. This is the problem with doing the half blocks, because in theory we don't really need these, but there was... I'll tell you what, just for the next horde night, because it might throw a bit of a spanner in the works. I think I'm just going to actually put... Oh, because we plated it, didn't we? No, we plated it. So that must be the way we did it. I'd really like to test that with a zombie, though. Does that look right to you? I think it is. We know we didn't put that one there, because that was the one that was freaking them out. So I think we just went for that single block, didn't we? I'm sure we did. It just looks strange, because I didn't spot it. Fire in the hole, that's it. Fire in the hole, mate, not fragging the hole. You got it. You alright, Terminus? Oh, God, my back. What's that? 60 quid for a game is like 12%. That's why I said in UK. I can't speak about your. That's why I specifically said in the UK, mate. Doesn't matter, does it? It's comparative. That was the whole point in me saying that. The cost of games in the UK has not gone up. And I should imagine it's very much the same in America. And possibly with you as well, Subquake, I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. A game, 30, 40 or 50 pounds is typically the going rate for a physically purchased versus digital Steam PC versus that kind of lower tier. But it's the same price as we were paying years ago. Like I said, when development teams were, you know, literally just a few people. And then now we've got games, you know, it's just a single scene, you know, with mocap and audio and all the insanity that must go into, you know, getting a single character up and running compared to a little stick character all those years ago. It's, you know, more and more people involved in a single game, which is salaries that need to be paid, you know? End of story, mate. It's no wonder it's an industry where so many people leave it for much more lucrative financial. Businesses, I guess. It just seems to be like game designers just get a rough cut of it, and you know it's not exactly known to be the greatest industry to work in for a lot of the larger devs as well. You know, with all the talk about crunch and deadlines, and you know, not a huge amount of actual benefits with medical and all the rest of it in some areas of the world. But then, of course, you've got the flip side of that, where you've got someone like the Fun Pimps who literally answer to no one and quite literally kind of strike gold. It's no wonder that so many people try and make their own games. It's you know, if you do pull it off, it's a wonderful thing to achieve, right? Must be very rewarding, you know. People that, you know, the guy that made things like Stardew and, you know, the brains behind RimWorld. You know, you don't have to have these incredibly elaborate 3D rendering engines and all the rest of it, do you? You can still make a ton of money on that indie market. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, Mojo. So are they only want to play the campaign? Well, break. I don't know what that means. Well, break. What's that? Finish the campaign in 11 hours. So it's an 11-hour campaign. Yeah, I'd struggle with that personally, Mojo. Because I know I'll be able to. You know, the thing is, I know I'll be able to pick up or borrow a copy on like the Xbox or the PlayStation 4, depending on what they all play it on. You know, I'm a bit reluctant to spend that 50 quid. you know, no doubt. I mean, I'm sure second-hand Call of Duty games are like dirt cheap. You know, once the new one comes out. I just don't like the multiplayer, dude. And not anymore. I used to love Call of Duty and Battlefield. I just find the loop kind of. I don't know. I just find the loop too quick. I think is basically what it is. I think over time I've started slowing down the pace with which I play video games. I'm no longer after that instant gratification, I guess. As you can probably tell from playing these sorts of games, you know, I don't mind investing quite a lot of time into a game. So maybe it's just that simple, you know. I actually do enjoy playing the multiplayer when I play it in bite-sized chunks. So, for example, over Christmas is a really classic example of when I get to play a lot of those games, even if it's just for a couple of 3 hours here and there. You know, while all the ladies are having a chat, and we just sit down in the living room at, you know, someone's house and fire up a bit of Call of Duty or something. And I get a bit of hands-on experience with it, and I do like those bite-sized chunks. But I just know I wouldn't play it. I just know I'd pick it up. I'd play the single-player campaign, and that'd be it. Just time, I think. Just don't have the time to invest in something like that. And yet, so many of my friends are. I mean, some of them have got all next week off. They are obsessed with Call of Duty. Absolutely obsessed with it. You know, it is like the big one on their gaming calendar. Can you turn the bike on and that on? Or oh, there you go. There you go. What's that? Still quite sorry. You said it's the same price where you live. Yeah, well, it should be though, shouldn't it? That unfortunately is because most of those games aren't made in your country, right? I mean, I have to accept the fact that if I'm playing a video game that is made in America, that I am buying a game that therefore has to support the salary in America. So I wouldn't expect to pay less for it, just because I live in a different country. Doesn't work that way, does it? Now, I'm sure there's lots and lots of cases where games do get a discount just to survive in the market. I'm sure there's plenty of cases where they'd rather have £10 as opposed to 0 because no one can afford the 50 quid. So as much as I can say what I'm saying, that's not actually the reality, is it? There's lots of countries out there where video games are, in some cases, even higher than what... I mean, hardware, for example, I think, was it in Mexico? Was it Mexico when the last PlayStation came out? Or was it Brazil? No, it was Brazil, wasn't it? The cost of hardware in that country was, like, unbelievably... Just I couldn't get my head around it. It was bonkers. But, you know, you know, a publisher is going to say, well, look, no one in that country is possibly going to pay, you know, like you say, like 12% of their salary on a video game. So what we will do is we will sell it in that region for a significantly discounted price because it's better than getting nothing, right? And then you have all the issues that we saw in other countries where, I guess, rampant torrenting and cracked video games, you know, and I guess ultimately they have to say, well, look, they're gonna play it anyway, and let's sell it at a significantly reduced price. It's the same argument I always have about the cinema, and actually it's really interesting, this one, because the cinema that we go to has literally dropped the price of a ticket by 75% in the last, I think 2 months ago they dropped it. So we are now paying 1/4 of the cost that we were paying just literally a few months ago at the cinema that we like to go to. And it's like I was saying, you know, if the cinema is going to charge me £10 for popcorn and a drink, they're not getting any money out of me. I will take my own popcorn and drinking from literally the supermarket over the road. But if they were to say charge £5 for it, I'd go, oh, that's still a lot of money, but I tell you what, fuck it, go on then. You know, purely for the convenience and having it in a nice big bucket instead of a bag, you know? There's a point where, as a consumer, I don't mind paying for my products, and I don't mind sometimes paying an excess for my products, depending on convenience, etc. But I don't like being ripped off. And £10 for a little box of popcorn and a little bit of bloody Coca-Cola. Freaking no chance, mate. Right, let's get down there. Wonder how many of those 7K are just for marketing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the marketing teams. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, absolutely. Audio in games these days is insane as well, isn't it? Something that I really never looked into. You know, I think the weird thing about sound in games is that if it doesn't stand out, you don't talk about it, and it only stands out when it's bad. You just kind of assume that things are going to sound right, don't you? You know, I know nothing about guns, and I'm sure there's lots of people that play 7 Days that hate the gun sounds because, you know, they're not real gun sounds. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're super realistic. Who knows? I certainly don't. That's the point. But, you know, when I go up and down a ladder, when I walk across the gravel, when I go into the water, I'm hearing the sounds that I expect to hear. So therefore, I don't really mention it ever. But actually, it's genius. The sounds in this game are actually really, really good. No, the creaking of the of the collapsing blocks. I'm sure that's only been introduced in this, or maybe Alpha 17. I don't know, but I think that's brilliant. I really like that. They actually search for contraband. Do they really? Somebody? Yeah, they don't over here. Yeah, none of that. I've never had that. I always take my Adidas bag in with me. You see, so it just looks like I've come from the gym. And I always we just buy a big packet of Haribos and some bottles of pop, you know, so we can screw the cap back on, and some bags of popcorn or whatever, you know. It's yeah, never get checked, mate. Never get checked. Yeah, £10. Yeah, £10. Hobbit. I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't. Again, it's like some quite says, you know, it's all comparative ultimately, but yeah, £10 for popcorn and a drink, which I can literally get the same thing over the road, say at the supermarket, for basically £2. So £2 versus £10, mate. So that's a 5-time sort of markup. So I just won't do it. But I wouldn't mind if it was a £5, mate. Yeah, you know, I'm still paying, you know, over double, 2.5 times what I pay over the road. But I wouldn't begrudge that, you know, £5 is a £5, you know. No, I'm on the stable build, zombie. I decided to stay on the stable one rather than move into the experimental 18.1. But the only reason for that is, mate, because I didn't have time to change it. So I've just carried on from where we left yesterday, that's all. You're right, Dorelian. Lots of people, less people had a computer and wanted to play games on them. Most bosses banned it. Well, that lends even more credibility to what I'm saying about the insanity of the pricing. The consumer market, the installation base was significantly reduced, and we were still paying the same amount. That's the only reason it survives, isn't it? Whereas before, you know, we used to pay 30, 40, 50 pound for a video game, depending on those 3 brackets in the UK. I can only talk about the UK and the way, you know, the way that my circle of friends view the pricing of a video game. But we've basically managed to maintain the same price through one simple fact. They sell more copies because the install base is vastly larger. And that's why it still works. But how long can that carry on? There's got to be a saturation point, right? You're right, Kuraheim. I've just said it just properly clicked your name, Hobbits in Isengard. I'm not sure what I thought that said in a minute ago. In the States, think you're going to pay at least 15 to 16 for a popcorn and a drink. Yeah. I suppose that's about what we pay. It's not a million miles from what we're paying. I guess what's £10 in American money? Probably about $12.50. It's not that far removed, mate. Yeah. They actually ban bags. Do they really? Wow. Yeah, they don't over here, mate. Yeah, I always take my Adidas bag in there. I can't say there's been a movie lately you want to pay $10 for a ticket or $20 for snacks that you're not willing to just wait for it. I'm kind of the same at the minute, Dorelian, but the girlfriend gets a really good discount, on tickets. Plus, they've recently dropped the price massively, so it's viable again, to be honest. Thank you very much, Arolander. How are you doing, mate? How's things? Good morning to you, sir. You're right, Gigaton. Actually makes sense to ban bags, doesn't it, really? I wonder if that's more a security thing than anything else as well. So you actually pay $34 for a large... What? For one? What? $34 for one popcorn and drink? Oh my god. I'd be expecting a leather recliner chair and some sort of... I don't know, service to my chair for that amount of money. God, that's expensive, mate. That is expensive. But yeah, you know, obviously games selling. But this is the other thing. This is what I mean. Square Enix are a classic example of this. Square Enix can sell several million copies of a game, which for the majority of people is an excellent number of video game copies to sell in any franchise. But Square Enix actually see it as a financial failure. They you know, they expect to sell a lot of copies of their games. You know, that's the expectation their shareholders have. You know, at some point, maybe we'll hit an equilibrium where games, you know, the install base and the ability to, you know, throughput of games just can't kind of manage itself. It can't sustain it at that price. And, you know, as consumers, we'll have to make a decision. Do we want to pay more for a video game that gets more and more complicated? Or will we simply reach a plateau? Who knows? As long as the install base keeps expanding, we'll be alright. And let's be honest, I think with the advent of next-gen consoles around the corner, I should imagine they'll be selling very, very well. We've definitely got a whole generation of new gamers coming on board, haven't we? It's gaming's more popular than ever, and I think, to be honest, content, you know, YouTube content creators and, you know, the celebrities here on streaming platforms like Twitch have played a huge part in sustaining that growth, to be honest. It could very easily have stagnated, but it's part of modern culture now, isn't it? People like esports as well. You know, esports has done a lot for it. Right, okay. So, let's go and drop those bottles off. Now, are we going to go and do a tier 5? We were going to do the build, weren't we? We were going to build a little mini smetan wall and what have you. But, let's go and have a look what we've got ammo-wise. Oh, hang on. I actually do need to go and get... Yeah, hang on. Let's go and get some iron. God, yeah, because we've got steel, haven't we? Jesus. Where's my mine gone? Well, I've got that horrible nitrate mine to sort out as well, haven't I? Where it all collapsed. Oh, no, I forgot about that. I like my little mines. I don't like that one out in the desert, though. That's shocking, that is, Brandlin. $35. I think everyone in chat's like, what the hell? You told your daughter you're not going there again. How can they... no! $35 for a single Coke and a popcorn. That's just... It's incomprehensible. You prefer the cinemas that sell wine and pizza? Yeah, we've got one that actually has... it's kind of weird, because if you buy, say, what was it, a hot dog? If you buy a hot dog, right, the hot dog is something like £8.50. And it's just a hot dog. But they've got a bar there. They've got a license. And you can actually buy a pint of lager in there for £2.50. Which is actually really bloody good price for city centre, mate. But a hot dog's £8. So I don't get that. I think it's like really bizarre. But they only let you into the bar if you've got a ticket. And I've heard, and I don't know how true this is, but obviously it doesn't affect me, that you can only go in, for example, a certain amount of time before you're showing. So I think what they're doing is they're essentially making sure you don't go there just to go and get pissed, if that makes sense. So, you know, if you've got, say, a 2 o'clock showing, you can only go into the bar with your ticket at, say, 1 o'clock onwards, for example. But I don't know about that. That's just what I was told. But for $34, that better have been top shelf booze and massage chair seating. Yeah, and the movie was cheaper. We paid it. So you paid $18 for the movie and $35 for popcorn. And oh my god, Brandy Lynn. Honestly, I'm not even. I am the sort of person, Brandy Lynn, that would have walked straight out. I don't care. I don't care how many of my friends were there, and what their opinion of me would be afterwards. I couldn't have paid that. I just can't. I just can't. I can't get ripped off like that. We found the schematic, Lunatic. We found the schematic. Your country's in the EU. All the prices are in the same as the rest of the EU countries, and that's €60 mark for a new AAA game. The problem is the average wage is not the same in every EU country, which is, yeah, exactly. So yours is actually 10% of something like you would say getting Germany. So is there any way for you to get them? I mean, is there any other way for you to get them, Subway? Like through... Can you not like have a VPN for Steam or something? I've never looked into that kind of thing. Is there not some way for you to get them elsewhere? I don't know. I don't know how it all works with all that kind of stuff. So yeah. So yours. So what you're saying is yours has actually gone up then, Subway. Yours has actually gone up significantly, whereas everywhere else has stayed fairly static, right? Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, wasn't I, Subquake? It's like some countries actually drop the price, other countries seem to hike up the price, and how that works in the political market. It's like I said, I'm sure it was Brazil when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 came out, and I was speaking to someone. I think it was on NeoGAF at the time, and I just couldn't get my head around like how expensive hardware was for them. Your Showcase Cinema has a bar. Is it expensive? Like I said, I'm sure someone said I think it's like $2.65 or something for a pint. About £2.50 for a pint, which is really good price for city centre. Yeah, I think it's just to stop all the pissheads going in there, GG. Yeah, it's just to stop people getting hammered in there. Who knows? It might even. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works and how licensing works in the UK these days. But it might have been a stipulation. Who knows? But oh, take care, Santa. Enjoy WoW, mate. Enjoy WoW.
Bam. 14 months. Sir Graham.
Bam. Bam wham, thank you, Bam. Thank you very much, Kritara. Thank you for the 14, and thank you for the tier 3 as well. Yet again, mate. Thank you so much, dude. How are you, mate? How's life treating you? You have a nice weekend? Thank you very much, Kritara. Phenomenal amount of support, mate. 14 months and a tier 3. That is staggering, dude. Thank you very much, Kritara. Thank you very much indeed. I hope you've had a lovely one thus far. I always think about this on Sunday, because it's always like, by the time I've come off the stream, it's like I haven't got a lot of the weekend left. This is it for me. I've got a few hours left on stream of being happy, and then it's back to the grind this afternoon. It's all over too soon. Good morning, TM. How are you, sir? How's things? How's the rebuild going, TM? Still forging ahead at a good pace? Thank you very much, Gritau. Thank you. So if you want an out-of-this-world cinema experience, book a go on the Secret Cinema film. Went to Blade Runner. Secret Cinema... What's that, zombies? Is this like a type of cinema you're talking about? Or... The girlfriend was saying that they've opened a new cinema. It's not that far from us, but it'd be a little bit further than... There's two that we would normally go to. And apparently all the chairs are like the deluxe chairs. So, you know, that's what made me mention the leather ones earlier. They are proper, almost, not like lazy boy quality, obviously, but they are all proper reclining leather, cup holder, all that kind of jazz. And the tickets aren't that expensive. And I think that might have been what's triggered the drop in price for cinema tickets at the one that we would normally go to. But we haven't been to the cinema for ages. Ages. We used to go like as often as we could. As often as we could. Oh, it's daytime anyway. It's alright. I thought I heard a zombie there. What's that? Good morning, Ferrets. How are you doing, sir? Good morning, Lady Elvira. Durelian. Are the mines bigger than Alpha 17? Well, the difference is now, mate, is that once you find the surface node, it carries on pretty much indefinitely. So whereas before you could hit a big node, you could hit a small node. From what I've seen, the only thing that can go wrong with digging down is it can sometimes, as we've seen ourselves, and other people have mentioned I've seen the same, it can sometimes suddenly convert into a different node. So for example, I think I had a nitrate node that basically became a shale node. There was still a little bit of nitrate in there, but it became predominantly shale, so I had to go and start another one up. But all my others, I mean, that's 1 in 4 mines or 1 in 5 mines, is it? Let Timmy will do his work, I think. Nice one, Timmy. Oh my god, I thought he was getting back up there. How much did we get? 641. I'll take it. Yeah. I think I'm not sure if it was Pixie. I think Pixie or somebody said that they'd found a mine that was like a mix of the Holy Grail. You know, you got some coal in there, some nitrate in there, and some lead in there, I think she said. You're right, Quiet. How are you, mate? It's going ahead, but never fast enough. Oh, I could imagine, mate. How long is it now, TM? How long since you had to leave? It's a long time now, isn't it, dude? It's a selected film set in a special environment. The crew and everyone dresses up. Oh, wow. 28 days later, everyone was in a bed watching the film. And Blade Runner... Oh, that sounds amazing, Zombie. I've never heard of that before. I wonder if that's in the UK. That's actually really neat, mate. I've never ever heard of that. That is actually freaking awesome. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Right, we've got some... We got some of that and we got some of that. You can go down there. And let's top this little bad boy up. Let's... Must be like, I keep saying to myself, I need to go and watch 28 Days again. And I always forget until we mention it on stream. just haven't done that at all. I really need to. 279. I tell you what, we're gonna make 150, I think, because that's 25 minutes anyway. And we'll also take those arrows and get them made up on the workbench, because I keep forgetting we've got a workbench. So we will make 250 arrows on there. Shall we go and do a tier 5? What do you think? How's ammo going? How are we actually doing for ammo? Let's have a look. We need some more. We definitely need some more hollow points, don't we? Gonna look at what we've got. How are we doing brass wise? We've got anything in there? 285. I wonder if they know about this weird thing that's going on with the forges. So, for those of you that don't know, look, if I go to casings and I click that and click that, it doesn't actually make. Oh no, it is. Oh no, it is. It is making everything I can. Oh, maybe that's fixed and stable then. Let's grab some of this. That's right, it wasn't allowing you to produce the maximum amount that actually you should be entitled to make, was it? But we'll leave that then. So 285. We might as well bang out the cement. And we might as well bang the cement out on that as well. Excuse me. We'll take the lead tips. So we've still got more lead in there. So let's keep that burning. And we want what's called tips, isn't it? Bullet tips. 671. Okay, lovely jubbly. That's a lot of tips, mate. That's a whole lot of tips going on, isn't it? So if we take, let's take all of this. Let's just take it all out. Got some, so I can actually make some frags as well. Hollow points. Hollow point 9 mil, yeah?
I love this song.
Let's make 200. I know, James. I'm not sure how we'll end up. I don't know whether to make the motorbike or make the 4x4. What's that, a Samurai? You building mines below the nodes? Oh yeah. Sorry, mate. Yeah. I say a mine, just yeah, a shaft, I guess. Nothing particularly fancy, mate. I've had one collapse though in the desert, which is a bit annoying because it looks rather ugly. How's the Outer Worlds? I was watching yesterday, James. Unfortunately, I had to lurk for most of it, mate. But yeah, it looks that game looks brilliant, mate. That's a must purchase for me, dude. An absolute must purchase. I've got 200 AP. Let's just make a few more armor piercing. I mean, I can make 1,000. Let's make another 250 of those, and let's make another 200 of those. And I think we'll pop everything back. Yeah, it's really hard for me, Joe, because I really wanted to see like how the dialogue options and everything was working, but I was scared of getting spoilers, obviously, mate. It looks wicked, dude. I think I would fall in love with Outer Worlds. I think it's exactly what I've been waiting for, to be honest. And although I'm not a massive fan, alright, I didn't think I was a massive fan, should I say, of the overall art style. I finally managed to actually, because it's really hard to gauge on stream. You know, those sorts of games, it's really hard to tell. You know, this is what I was saying about Mixer and everything. You know, they're not the best showcase for graphics, are they, at times? But I managed to watch somebody that was playing it on PC. I can't remember the YouTuber. Playing it on ultra settings, blah, 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 anyway. And so I kind of finally got to actually see what the game truly looks like. And he was actually, a segment of his review, and it was a non-spoilery review, was actually showcasing the environments and the details on things like the ships. And although it's not my preferred art style, I actually really, it's almost giving me like a No Man's Sky kind of vibe of just wanting to explore these worlds, you know, the fauna, the flora. I didn't realize just how much detail there was, to be honest. It's looks really good, really good. Yes. You believe the Forge Crafting does that because of the increased resource cost without the perk? Oh, right. Ah, okay. Ah, I didn't think of that, Dan. I didn't think about that. You're going to... I'm thinking about it, Gaz. Yeah. I think I need to invest in the skill, though, right, Gigason? Is that not... I don't think I can actually make that unless you... Is it like you need tier 5 or you have to unlock it, is it? Through the books. What are they called? Boxes, right? Boxes. Yeah, I've got none of it unlocked, dude. They're all behind book completion. So that's not happening anytime soon. Hopefully at some point we will. You alright, lunatic? What's that simple character? What are the 7 Dwarven Kingdoms? What's that about? Yeah, the 4, but I do want to do the 4x4 because I want to see how much I need to expand out my tunnel. I think we're going to have to go 5 wide is what we always kind of guessed, but the guns are getting better and better too. Yeah, because that was one thing you weren't sure about, right, James? I think someone in chat sort of suggested maybe they'll feel better as you get more skill points or simply just get better equipment, right? I see what, it's been really interesting watching some of the YouTubers having a discussion around the importance of the Outer Wilds, because it kind of mirrors a lot of what I was saying in the stream yesterday, which was about how we've just had a really bad run of it, haven't we? Like a really bad run. From a lot of the big AAA publishers, you know, particularly in that RPG scene. We just haven't had anything for so long that has really kind of come out of the gates all singing, all dancing. Everything's been a bit of a hate campaign, and in some cases quite rightly so. You know, Anthem and Fallout 76 were not the greatest of releases out of the door, were they? Greedfall seemed to do well, but I also feel that Greedfall, I kept saying it myself, didn't I? I didn't know if it was going to be a good game. I just so desperately wanted it to be a good game. I really did. You know, I wanted Greedfall to be, finally, we've got a new RPG on it, you know, that it's worth putting some money down on. Yeah, I won't do the gyrocopter, because once I get the gyrocopter, that's kind of it for my playthrough, really, Dan. That's like my super secret. Once I've got everything else done and I've got masses of ammo and all the rest of it, that's when I start playing about with the gyro. Right, let's go and hit this tier 5 then. So let's grab a few repair kits. Let's take, I don't know, should we take 3? We're obviously going to want to repair the bow straight off the bat, aren't we? Now, we've got 137 arrows. So, presumably, we can top those up. We really want to get a new shotgun, don't we? So, we've got the shotty. I think I'll use the normal 9mm. We'll burn through those, and we'll take some more... Take some more 7.62, because we know we're going to be just shredding through that, aren't we? What do you reckon? That still leaves me 300 reserve for everything. Plus some, doesn't it? Which is where we tend to want to be. We might as well max out Timmy the turret ammo. So let me grab Let me grab some of that. What have we on? So we want, what, 146, don't we? 146. So, what's the food looking... Oh, gosh. What's the food looking like? Food is 169 out of 163. So let's have a meat stew. Hopefully we don't get food poisoning. That's looking good. And we'll take a little... Well, hang on. We're actually going into a tier 5. So let's use the... Let's use the Spanish chamois, I think. So if we take 5 of that, and we'll also grab a drink of that. I think that's pretty much set up then, right? That shouldn't have that in it. That needs to have those in there, so they can go back in. That's set up. That's set up. That's set up. And that's set up. So basically, we're going to do the tier 5 and we'll hope we get a decent shotgun out of the loot. Yeah, I'm thinking the 4x4 Satos. I think we'll build it later. Yeah, definitely. You're enjoying it, are you? Quiet? Yeah. The advertising reminded you of Arcana or Arcana. I'm not sure what that was. Arcanum. Ah, right, got it. Yeah. Yeah. Been over 24 hours with no fever now. Still a small amount of pain, but generally much better. Good. Pleased to hear it, Weetabix. Pleased to hear it, mate. I was saying it earlier at the start of the stream, Weetabix. I've late last night, about I don't know, about 9 o'clock or something like that, I started getting like really achy. I just thought, you know, I just need to stretch out a little bit, you know. But oh, it's got worse and worse, mate. I can sit here and like literally like pull my shoulders back, and I can feel all my rib cage cracking. It's awful, dude. I'm glad to hear you're feeling better, Weetabix. You've had that for ages, haven't you? Ages on and off. You were feeling a little bit icky in the week leading up to the big event, weren't you, dude? I had to restart my gaming Outer Worlds, make a big mistake in focusing my stats on 1 or 2 skills, which is a big waste. Oh. What? See, oh. You would still enjoy Greedfall, I think. I think I would, James, yeah, but I think the simple fact of the matter is I'm more likely to pick up Outer Worlds now, aren't I? Much more likely to pick up Outer Worlds. And you can always use consumables and gear to get the other skills, Lunatic. So what happened there? You've thrown a curveball into my thinking here. I had to restart my game in Outer Worlds because you made a big mistake in focusing your stats on 1 or 2 skills, which was a big waste. Okay. Is that something you've come across, James, or is it? I've noticed you've just said something about using the consumables and gear. Because it always worries me when we get an RPG and you know, people say like, oh no, you know, I've hit a point where I can't sort of do, you know, I can't progress particularly easily because my build's completely broken. I kind of like it myself because I think it makes you think more. And I think when all builds are 100% viable, I get lost in those RPGs. I like it in an open world game like this, but I think in an RPG I do like to... you know, it's a classic example, Skyrim, stealth archery. You know, it works, and it's a hell of a lot of fun, you know? It's kind of hard to break that build. You think it's been building, then just hit all at once? Yeah, I feel proper achy today, Weetabix. Definitely don't feel my normal self, mate. You got his ship up and running, James. Loving the game. So there's Tauk, he's loving it as well. You can actually move the skill points within the game after assigning. What, in Outer Worlds, can you? And you had to purchase a gear piece to progress the quest there and then. So the only complaint may be that once you try it is that it feels claustrophobic and linear, but maybe I'm just not in the right mood. Oh, okay. Here's a question for you, and I hopefully this can be answered non-spoiler. If it can't, feel free to comment on that as well. But what's the side questing like? See, I'm a big fan in those games of doing the side quests. I really do enjoy side questing. I think it teaches you, in a lot of games, it's like the meat and bones of the backstory, the lore. It's almost like the glue that holds it all together. You know, a lot of people just like to do the main campaign, don't they? They've got other games to play, and you know, they don't want to spend hundreds of hours in a game necessarily. But I really like it when a game has side questing that really fleshes out your experience. I'm not expecting, you know, side quests to have the best loot. I'm not expecting them to be compulsory or mandatory, but I do like it. You know, when I get a chance to meet other characters and see, you know, stuff off the beaten track of the main campaign. And I think it's one of the reasons why I never get very far in The Witcher before another game comes along like Alpha 17 and tears me away from it. It's not that I'm not enjoying The Witcher, it's just that obviously, you know, I love my 7 days more than anything. The Witcher, I loved it. There was just so... I just felt like the world was just... It was happening all around me. And there were so many people to meet and see and side quests that actually added, you know, to the experience. And not just because it was loot, you know? Because it wasn't. It was very rarely was loot, in fact. So, what's it like in Outer Worlds? Oh, like in Borderlands, Samurai. Most of the side quests are just done along with the main quests. So you focused on 3 trees. Okay. Borderlands 3 side quests were actually better than the main story, in your opinion, really? I've not played that yet. Not played that. The conversation choices and the characters really make the game. Very impressed with it. Yeah. Has anyone tried Moon of Madness? I've never even heard of that. Wonder what their plans for Outer Worlds is moving forwards, because obviously it is Xbox owned, isn't it, Obsidian? So they're not going to let them go and I don't know. Interesting to see how that works out. Isn't it? Talking of Borderlands, here comes the Borderlands king himself. There ain't no rocks down here, Serdy. There are no goddamn rocks down here, and you know it, bro. You literally know it. There you go. There's your rock for the day, mate. Let's go see if we can find it, Serdy. How you doing, mate? How you feeling there? Hopefully you're enjoying the Borderlands. Pumpkin plant. Lovely jubbly. We take a nice screenshot of this for Vicky later, James. I do like that water. That water looks really nice now. Not sure if it's a new shader or not, but certainly looks the part, doesn't it? No, not at all, Lawman. No, I just added it purely for aesthetics, dude. I actually quite like the new. Well, if it is a new shade, or whether it just simply looks better because everything else looks better. Right, so that will be my loadout. Let's just drop you in there. We won't be needing that. We'll keep those on us. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. And then where are we actually off to? Go to quests, tier 5, show on map. Is it in the desert? We've got that weird... See, this has only started happening again since the stable build. The map's getting all weird looking, almost like it's got a bright light sitting behind it. And that used to happen all the time in Alpha 17. And it's not done it once through all the builds of Alpha 18 until I switched to the stable build. So there's gotta be something going on there. So no, you don't need water, Lawman. How are you doing, sir? How's things? You know, that's actually, it's interesting. I just saw you mention that character creation. I've got no idea. I've not even seen character creation in Outer Worlds. I mean, is it reasonably okay? Can you sort of make... I can't actually remember seeing anybody's character because they always seem to have helmets on. Is it possible to make a character that, you know, vaguely resembles a human being in Outer Worlds? Or just so you know, I took a leg off of a demolisher. Oh, did you? Oh, we were talking about this, Aletian. Yeah, I was saying I've never seen a... Have you ever seen... Here's a question for you, Aletian. Have you ever seen a police zombie have any sort of dismemberment? Because I don't think I have. I don't think I have. So there's proof in the pudding we can dismember demolishers. Were you trying to do it, Aletian, or did it just kind of happen? Yeah, I'm sure. There's mods, Luminarch. I mean, Starvation had it. I'm pretty sure Ravenhurst had it in the last iteration, but I never got that deep into Ravenhurst that time around, where you actually need water for the plants to grow. Starvation had it, so the water actually diminished as well. So if you had a trench, so say you had a 1 block deep, 1 block wide, 5 long trench of water, and either side of it you had 5 corresponding crop plots. What wouldn't have been plots, but as in hoed ground back then. So you had 5 plots either side of it. Over a period of time, the water actually dissipated, and you'd have to go back and fill it back up, mate. That was Starvation, dude. Honestly, Starvation was just freaking amazeballs. So you think, so the tier 5, so here we go. I was thinking about this the other day. So 01 is the shotgun. 02 is the Shamway. So shotgun, Shamway. Shotgun, Shamway in that order. So not actually alphabetical. Shotgun, Shamway. I'll try and remember that, mate. Because it always throws me when I keep seeing the LG factories. So hang on, let me get that right. 01 is the shotgun. 02 is the Shamway. Alright. Yeah, not too bad, Luminarch. Yeah, I'm aching though. I think I have got, or I'm very much trying to fight off some sort of weird lurgy, mate. I'm gonna say, aching, dude. Proper aching, mate. Like even the smallest amount of movement is like, oh, feels like all my muscles are bunched up. My bones are all like, I don't know, like creaky. It's horrible, dude. You right, Peruna? Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it, Gus? And that's why. So basically, you're confirming you can't dismember a policeman, or not. Yeah, it's the Shamway. LG Factory 02 Shamway. Park the bike right on the edge there. Have we got anything on us that we don't need? Oh, look at me. Oh, hello. It's a really good start. That's a really good start. That doesn't bode well, does it? Right, in we go. Yeah, it does it every now and again. See, it's back to normal now, mate. It seems to be when you go in and out of a chunk. See, that's fine. But it only happened in Alpha 17. And it's never happened in Alpha 18 until, like, I went onto this build. And it did it yesterday, which was my first time on stable. And it's done it already today. So, yeah, there's definitely something going on there. You'd not tried to take a leg off with a cop with the M60, but I did it on purpose to demolish her. I have a feeling we can with that gun. So what were you using? Just the M60 with armor-piercing rounds, Elysium? You're right, Peruna. Morning, Jim Bobby Kid. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's that? What's that, James? You're going to try and get the voice line? Was that something from Outer Worlds, was it? Or... I think it's called getting out. Oh, it's not, mate. It's definitely some sort of lurgy, mate. I can feel it everywhere. It's in my head as well, but I just hope I don't get a headache or anything. So it's something I really don't do well, is headaches, mate. I'm just going to finish my coffee before we go in. Oh, these exclamation marks. I always thought that. Yeah, they do seem a little bit bizarre, don't they? They look like something that should be in some sort of like mobile gem game or something, right? A fully modded M60 you can farm points of interest at night. Yeah, I don't like playing like that though, Peruna. I'm not a run and gunner. I like to play a little bit quieter and stealthy. But yeah, absolutely. Those M60s, the sheer amount of lead they can put out, especially in unison with a Timmy the turret. Oh, James, look at that. Look at that. Look at that comment by Said. What an asshat. One of the characters said, F's sake, Graham, with the ultimate conviction. I'd love to come and see the dialogue stuff, but like I said, I didn't want any spoilers. It's Echo Falls poisoning. No, I didn't. We didn't actually go down that route in the end. That's been put off until next weekend, that particular session, because I think we actually decided to go out in the end. You're right, Pancreas. Or at least that was the latest that I've heard. I tend to stay out of the decision making, to be honest. I just go with the flow. I just gave up long ago about trying to arrange things with this lot. I'm sure they said that I think there's a new curry house near them that's opened up. So from what I can gather, the latest is that, but no doubt it will change. We'll probably end up at the cinema or something, who knows. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's right. The battle screams. I mean, the battle cries of victory will be muted out, won't they, Gaz? Oh, did I tell you Raj is in hospital? Remember I told you that I'd gone in there and Raj was coughing and spluttering and putting his lurgy all over my milk, which is probably what I've got. I was in there yesterday and he actually said to my girlfriend, he was obviously trying to get a diagnosis out of him, and did not expect that. Did not expect that. Oh, bloody hell, here we go. Little cheeky git. Yeah, anyway, speaking to my girlfriend back end of the week, and he said to her that he was going to go to the hospital, and then she was sort of like, well, you know, you've got kind of like the flu, you know. You know, what are they going to do for you at the hospital? But apparently he got so bad. I mean, he did. He just kept deteriorating to the point where he was struggling to breathe a little bit. So he did go to the A&E, and they admitted him immediately, straight onto antibiotics. So yeah, he's not very well at all. Right, that is a lot of freaking damage I took there. That is a lot of freaking... So I wanted to just test something then. Now, is that indicative of all my armor being broken? No. Okay, so it's not that. I just seem to be taking a lot more damage today. Right, let's go in a bit more cautiously. Oh, I can't wait to get the ghillie suit. The ghillie suit's the end of... Is it the sniper class or something? You can craft the ghillie suit. I still need books 4 and 5 for that. You've got me really wanting to play now, Lunatic. The fact that you're saying that you've had to do this and listening to James's commentary around that, it makes me want to play it even more. It really does. Oh my god, is that... Oh my god, I didn't see him up there. Jesus balls. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, though. We are going to put a Timmy the Turret right there. Yeah, they're pretty brutal, Pancreas. Pretty brutal, these things. Oh god, he's not dead. Shit. Oh shit, he's still not fucking dead. Couldn't close the door. Couldn't let me close the door. Can't close the door, that's why. That's weird. Oh, I'm hitting the, I'm actually hitting the, what's it on there? Yeah, it's a locked door. I think I realised. Yeah, I was hitting the shelf, wasn't I? Must have just been clipping on that edge. Yeah. That was a bad mistake. I thought that door was closed. Well, that's why I put Timmy in the turret there. Bad call, Grimmy. Bad call, mate. Very bad. Looks like we're gonna have nothing but bloody irradiateds in here, doesn't it? Did I keep can't remember if I kept the anti-rad on the bow. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's okay. Nice. I'd still say that I'd like to see the irradiators changed. I still find that green glow just silly, to be honest. I don't think the game needs that kind of. I don't know. It just feels weak sauce to me. I'm sure they could come up with a much better stylized. You know, if they're kind of stuck because you know they can't add additional entities in, then at least come up with something that's a little bit more impressive than a bright green radioactive childlike glow. This is like simpleton game design almost. I don't like it. Takes away a big part of the game for me. It's definitely one of the aesthetical changes that in my opinion holds the game back to prospective buyers. It's just silly. How you doing, Zar? How's things? What's the setting of your current session? In terms of what I'm not sure what you mean, dude. We just play. It's normal in the sense of like all the zombies run at night. Which one's this? And walk in the day, etc. 60-minute days, all that kind of stuff. Is this? Oh no, this is the cafe. Oh god, this place is a nightmare. Oh, that place is proper nightmare. Oh, I totally forgot this was. Oh no. Oh god. We'll try it. That'll be my last stand. Although actually, technically, no. I'll tell you what. Let's risk it for a biscuit on the primary corner. If I put him there, he should have a really nice angle as they come through, shouldn't he? Let's see if we can stealth any out. Yeah, even if they toned it down and just made it a more interesting color, but actually had it emit a light source, perhaps. You know, the thought of one of those shambling down a corridor, you know, actually illuminating it. Shadows flickering could be nice, but yeah, we're gonna wake up the whole. Oh my god, I am aching so much. Looking good, looking good. Don't panic, guys. He went the other way. Right, back to 2, mate. Oh, shit, wrong way. Fuck. I was going to say, it should be old somewhere. Come on, Timmy. I need you, bro. And I need you fucking quick, dude. Is there anyone coming through? Clear that side, I think. No, we're not. Thought I heard you. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me. Fuck my life. Holy Jesus balls. Oh. Wow. Just wow.
How about now? Did you piss your pants now?
How you doing, Azzy? How you doing, mate? Oh, dearie me. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I actually nearly cocked up. I knew I'd got that breach there, so I knew I could circle back around to get to Timmy, but I actually thought it was here, so I kind of completely boffed the retreat there, but I wanted to get back to Timmy just to slow them down again so I could get another reload in. It's like I said, Timmy's great for just staggering them up while I can... Oh, that was nice. We've got another 3 sham. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. That was awesome. Felt like they were going down reasonably well as well. You know, I'd say, what do you reckon? How many headshots on each of those? You know, I reckon 1, 2 was enough to stagger them. Normally, the 4th shot would kill them. I put an extra bunch of rounds into the biker zombie. I know they always take a few extra, don't they? But it felt like I could keep up. Whereas before it was just trying to whittle them down. You know, I think if you tap, try and get those headshots, keeps them stunned. I think I only got clipped a couple of times on the retreat, so it wasn't. It worked out all right. It wasn't bad. It could have gone a lot worse. Let's be honest. It's just that obviously I've now burnt through a whole stack almost. Yeah, we went through 130 rounds, give or take, didn't we? But I could have conserved some ammo. I could have switched that to the 9mm for the last part, but I didn't want to risk a retreat, and I wasn't sure if anything else was still in the canteen. I saw the one dude. I thought, when he's not awake, and like literally as I turned to start shooting the others, he came through behind me, didn't he? Straight away, little asshole. Yeah, let's have a look at... Oh, what's this? Military helmet. Tier 4. Gives me... What have we got here? So it's the same armor rating. It actually gives me more... But I'm going to lose like pockets and things, aren't I? Because this will only have 2 mod slots, won't it? Yeah, it's not worth it, dude. Well, it is worth it, but not for my build, I don't think. Is it easier to get across from there? Oh, it is. Wow, cool stuff, man. Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed at myself, actually. In fact, even Gaz mentioned it earlier about explosives. I was going to bring myself a stack of grenades. In fact, I was going to make myself some contact grenades. Have a batch of 5 of them for the grand finale at the end. And... I forgot to bring them. I completely forgot to bring them. I'm really pissed at myself. I was really looking forward to using those. It's why I didn't do the tier 5. Well, we've already done some tier 5s. But thank you for the bits, Azzy. Thank you very much for the bits. You opened the stream, saw the AK for a second. I thought this was a shooter game, not 7 days. I'm sure they'd be really glad to hear that, mate. It's definitely the way they seem to be trying to create it. There's a load up in there, isn't there? Yeah, they've really gone down the route of the old first-person action, haven't they? Well, what's so good about the Molotovs, then? Do they actually do good damage? So, you'll have to help me here, Gigaton, because my experience with the Molotovs in previous alphas has always been just, they're terrible. It just wasn't worth bothering with them. They, you know, by the time I'd fannied about, got one out, lobbed it, and like maybe 1 or 2 would set on fire, I could have killed them all with a bow and arrow.
Here, have the rest too.
Thank you very much. She sounded really tired then, Azzy. Yeah, have the rest too, whatever. Thank you very much, Azzy. How's it all going, bro? Yeah, oh, actually, let's just go and check, make sure there's none over there. Yeah, so a Molotov's like really worth lobbing out at these little devils now, are they? That's what I'd like to do, guys. Yeah, I mean, instead of doing it stealth, this time, that was the whole point, was try and do it with, like, lobbing a load of grenades out there and seeing how how good those contact grenades are. It'll probably end really badly, guys, but it'd be a nice way to test it, right? That's actually 3 of them. Okay, we are in, mate. Just make sure you're very dead. Oh! He's on fire. Let's see how much damage that fire does. Screw you, knobber. Yeah, I'm not convinced about fire personally, but maybe Molotovs. I do like the thought of zombies burning all over my my Smetan wall. So the Molotov deals 250 damage over 16 seconds. And to put that into context, what's a normal zombie's health pool? I actually have no idea. What's like a fairly stereotypical flesh you got in terms of hit points? I suppose it's the 16 seconds, isn't it? What, did I actually burn for 16 seconds? Jesus. I like the fires. It's like I said, I'd love to see. One of the things I want to test now that we've got steel is I want to test the flaming arrows. I want to see if they're worth it. I've never felt like they were particularly good bang for buck personally. We've got another Timmy the Turret, look. So let's just make sure we're going to scrap that, scrap that, scrap that. Don't really need that. Scrap that. Scrap that. I need to be careful we don't get over encumbered. So a normal, so basically a Molotov will actually, what's the chance of them like igniting one another as well? Or is it only really on the original splash damage? We'll have to test it. We'll have to test out the Molotovs. Should have brought a load, shouldn't I? Lob a couple of Molotovs in. Chuck some contact grenades in. I'd love to see it. Stream lag on our end. We've had drop frames again, so Twitch is just all over the place, mate. So yeah, you probably got... it's been like it... Literally every single stream I've done for the last... probably month or so. There's been issues with the ingest servers. In fact, I did quite a lot of testing straight after the stream yesterday. And I don't know. I just cannot figure out what is going on, dude. It's never been this bad before. I mean, I've had more drop frames. Oh shit, more drop frames in the last probably month of streaming than I have in my entire streaming history. It's I just do not know what's going on, dude. It's a mystery, a genuine mystery. So yeah, we did get a bunch of drop frames earlier on, mate. It seems like we get like a little packet of them, like a little packet of loss, and then it just settles down. And the thing is, there's a guaranteed fix for it, which a friend of mine came up with, and he does it on his streams now. He goes into IRL chat, and he streams for about anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. He just has himself a drink and, you know, as everyone doing chinwag, and then he stops his stream. And he starts it back up again with the game running. But it's the stopping and starting, you see. He streams for a little bit. You then turn it off. It's like turning it on and off again. And it's like the ingest server just goes, oh, yeah, you know, we'll let you in this time. It's like yesterday, we stopped stream a couple of times. We were testing some stuff out with low latency yesterday, which somewhat murkied the data a little bit. But we were getting drop frames, loads of them. And I turned it on and off again. And we had like a 7-hour stream with no drop frames for the rest of it. It really is bizarre, dude. I can't help but feel something's going on. That there's going to be an announcement or something. Or at least I hope there's going to be. You know, they're updating servers, etc. Maybe, possibly, going to give us a higher bit rate available. But who knows, dude? Who knows? Yeah. Actually, I tried to get in touch with Big K yesterday to see if I could sort out my mixer stuff, but and unfortunately I had to shoot off. It is Delphi, yeah. This is the LG Factory 2, which is the Shamway. So this is a tier 5. So hopefully we'll get some decent dukes and maybe even a tier 6 reward if we're really lucky. Right, let's have a look at what we've got in here again. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. That will make some more Timmy the Turret ammo with. Don't need that. Scrap that. Scrap that. Don't really need the polymer, but I do need the polymer because obviously we're going to go down steel, but I don't really need it with me right now, do I? I have been looking at Mixer, yeah. No, not because I want to move over. Looking at Mixer just purely because, obviously I'll be watching a little bit of it now. Shroud's over there, are. And also because where the hell did I put Timmy the Turret? Where's Timmy? I haven't scrapped Timmy, have I? Where's Timmy? Timmy? I must have left him down here somewhere. No interest whatsoever in moving to Mixer. Although if I keep getting shitloads of drop frames, which I am again. In fact, I'm getting fucking loads of drop frames. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm going to stop the stream and start it up again, guys. There's definitely something wrong here.